Hey there, Jennifer Ann Wilson. Again, we're going to give this another shot, see if our signal can hang on a little longer. So I found a lot of really great tips that could help you enhance your solar eclipse viewing experience here in Michigan on Monday. The first thing you need to know, well, we were actually driving back to the station. We were just at the Cranbrook Institute. I'm here with photographer Jake behind the wheel. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat, heading back to the station. Hey, Robert. Hey, Jim. So we're driving here through Southfield. Now, speaking of driving, AAA, they are warning drivers, asking drivers to avoid being on the road on Monday between 1 and 3 p.m. because they're concerned about distracted drivers, even distracted pedestrians, people who might be driving and then suddenly see the eclipse and just be kind of mesmerized in awe and take their eyes off the road for a second. So they're asking that you avoid driving. If you do need to drive, well, then they're just asking that you leave extra space between you, the car in front of you, just in case you do run into a distracted driver who's just kind of taken by that eclipse and forgets for a moment that they're need to pay attention to the road. And also, if you do want to look at the eclipse, don't try to drive and look at it. It's dangerous. It's bad for your eyes. And even if you have these solar glasses, you guys, if you've tried looking through these solar glasses, I'll give you a peek right now, actually. Look at that. You can't see anything. Nothing. The only thing you can see through these eclipse glasses, as long as they're the proper ones, will be the sun or a really bright light. So these are not safe to drive in. If you want to look at the eclipse and you're driving and it happens to pop up in the sky and you suddenly remember, pull over someplace safe, not just on the shoulder, pull over into a driveway or something. Get out your glasses and then look at it, or use one of the pinhole viewers, but do not drive and wear these bad boys. Not safe. So that's, yeah, you can't see anything. Hey there, Latricia from Houston. What up, Houston? Carla in West Bloomfield. We were just hanging out in your neighborhood just a little bit ago. Hi, Belinda. Star Travis from Pontiac. Oh, Paul, you're going to be working. Well, you know what? The eclipse is going to be happening over the course of about 2 hours, so you can actually step outside of work and see it happening on Monday. Rochester Hills, Annie, Robert, what's up? So any of you wondering how you're going to get a good picture of the eclipse, that's actually going to be something kind of tricky. The sun is so bright that everything is just going to get blown out on a camera, on your cell phone. It's going to flare and you're going to really struggle getting a good image of it. And if you do point your phone or your camera at the eclipse and you don't have the proper filter, you could actually burn and ruin your phone or elements of it. So, Robert, you want to know where the best place is to watch it? There's a lot of places, and I have some advice on that front for you as well. So if you want to take a picture with your camera, something that you can do, a lot of people are saying, hey, let the professionals get a picture of the actual eclipse because they've got the professional equipment to do it properly. It's going to look better anyway. And like the Grand Canyon a photo can never live up to the experience of actually being there. So just enjoy the moment and enjoy being and watching the actual eclipse. Take pictures maybe of the shadow falling on the ground. Did you get a pair of these glasses to take? Do you want one? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, we're sharing. How long can you stare at it before you need to avert your eyes? Jacob, don't stare at it at all if you aren't wearing proper glasses. You don't want to stare at it at all because you can do damage. But even with these glasses, you really don't want to look for longer than a couple minutes at a time. You want to look away. That sun is just really bright, and just think about in normal daily life, we're not looking at the sun quite as long. This is the eclipse, so there's something interesting to look at. Gwendolyn, you want to go to Cranbrook? Armor, I am not driving. I am the passenger. That was my my photographer Jake who was driving, being my chauffeur here. Now we're back at the station. Gotta give him his gear back, clean up the truck here. Jennifer, oh, you have a drone. So the same thing with the drone though. If you need to have a proper filter for the camera on the drone, otherwise it can cause issues. So here's one piece of advice, okay? These glasses, you could tape them over the sensor on your phone and then get a tripod. The sun is going to be kind of far away, so you'll want to zoom in so you can get a good look at the moon just overtaking the sun. So you'll want to put your phone on a tripod so that way it is nice and secure. Carla, where do you get the proper glasses? Well, you know what? At this point of the game, a lot of people are sold out of the glasses. A lot of people are sold out. There is one spot in Warren. Oh, darn it. I'm blanking on the name, but maybe it'll come to me. There's one spot in Warren that got an order of 500 of these glasses earlier today. They're all out now, but they're hoping and they're expecting another 1,000 pair of glasses to show up at their place tomorrow. So it's a spot in Warren. Otherwise, your best bet is to go to one of the events on our website, wxyz.com. There's a number of libraries hosting events, and they've got free glasses to pass out. The Michigan Science Center, if you go to their Eclipse event, they've got glasses there as well. The Volbrecht. Have you guys ever heard of the Volbrecht Planetarium in Southfield? It's pretty cool. It's connected to an elementary school, and it's sort of in a spot that I wouldn't have expected to see something like that. It's in a neighborhood in Southfield, lots of parking, and some really big enthusiasts. My glasses are fogging, I know. Are my glasses fogging, or is it my phone? I don't know. Dre from Taylor. Oh, hey, yeah, so Dre from Taylor, there's actually going to be at a park, 99.5, the radio station, they're holding an event called Eclipsing the Park. It's not a total eclipse, a partial eclipse of the park. That's 99.5, the radio station. They're holding an event in Taylor at the park. And can we use 3D glasses from the movie theater? Armor, no! Have you been watching any of our newscasts? No, you cannot use sunglasses or 3D glasses from the movie theater. None of those things will work. You can use a pinhole viewer. This is like a homemade pinhole viewer from the Michigan Science Center. They handed these out, and they're going to have these. Some events are helping you make homemade pinhole viewers, so that's pretty cool. We're in our garage here. We just pulled in. I got my stuff still in the van. I'm gonna have to clean out before my live shots tomorrow morning. So let's see, what are my other tips I have for you? So glasses, at this point, the main spot you want to get them is really at the events happening throughout Metro Detroit. A number of the events will have glasses to pass out, and that's really your best bet because so many other places are completely sold out, and they have been for a while. All right, other tips. So taking a picture with your camera, you do want to use a filter. If you don't have a filter or they're all out and you can't get one, another option is to take a picture of the shadows on the ground, to take a picture looking through like a pinhole viewer. When this projects the shadow, then on the ground taking a picture of that. And I've been told that it's actually a pretty cool image, something pretty neat to see. So that is something to think about as well. And let's see. Now I'm trying to remember my other tips. I should probably go sit by my script here. Ashley, I see that comment, Ashley. Ashley said, can I see your comments? You're in Clio, Michigan. Will we see it? Yes, Ashley, you should see it as long as the sky is clear. The weather's looking pretty good in Metro Detroit, but as long as the sky is clear, you should be good to go. So taking a picture of the eclipse, that's been a big question. That's definitely going to be something a little tricky. You'll want to rely on professional photographers or take a picture in other areas, you know, take a picture of the shadow. Let's see, what are the other tips? Oh, animals and pets. Are you guys wondering about your pets and animals? I've talked to a couple of experts about that, and in one hand, they're not exactly sure how animals are going to react because this is an event that happens so rarely. There are guesses that perhaps in some of the areas where the eclipse is a total eclipse or close to a total eclipse, you could start hearing crickets chirping, that perhaps cows will head back to the barn. They may think that it's later on. If you have a dog or a cat, they may just sense something is different, and it may make them a little bit anxious, just wondering what the heck is going on. So far, though, experts do not believe that your pets need these solar glasses to protect their eyes, because as humans, we tend to want to stare at the sun, but our pets, I guess they know better. They don't tend to stare at the sun. They're not really as fascinated by the idea of the eclipse. They might be a little nervous, though. So just something to be aware of. Your pets are fine to be outside, according to most experts, but they might get a little nervous or unsure, just kind of wondering, like, what in the world is happening? Why is it getting kind of dark so soon? Peggy Jackson, you know that there's a number you should look for on the arm of the glasses. I do know that number. So these glasses right here that I'm These glasses are a good demonstration as I flip these around here. So you're going to look for ISO, that stamp, and this meets the requirement for ISO 12312-2, and that is what you're looking for, ISO 12312-2. The Michigan Science Center gave me these eclipse shades, and safe for direct solar viewing. The other thing you want to look for is, see, manufactured in the USA by Rainbow Symphony in Reseda, California. You're going to want to look for the manufacturer on every single pair of these glasses, and then double check on NASA's website that the manufacturer is listed. You want to make sure that it is an approved manufacturer. You just really want to make sure that you don't injure your eyes throughout this. As far as location, do you guys know where you are? Haha, Andrew, you're gonna film your dog and see if it's newsworthy. But a lot of people are telling me that filming the people's reactions, the animals' reactions, the things happening around you, that's actually going to be pretty interesting to see as well. And that really, like, the professional photographers, they're going to get the best view of the actual eclipse anyways. So you don't want to miss out on the experience of seeing it live and in person and experiencing the people around you. So yeah, definitely send me video, especially if your dog does something weird. Let me know. We are curious. And can you video record it? You know, video recording is the same type of thing that if you don't have a filter for the lens on your camera, you could actually burn the lens and damage your camera or your phone or whatever it is that you're using. But you can video record it, and that's actually a great idea. You do need to make sure that you have the proper filters so you don't damage your equipment. Around 2:30, yes. So around 2:30, it will be the darkest. You'll be able to see starting at 1 o'clock on Monday. You'll start seeing the moon moving over the sun, and that shadow start to encroach on the sun. We're used to seeing the moon look like slices of the moon, but the sun we're used to seeing nice and round unless it's covered by a cloud. So this is definitely going to be pretty different. So Monday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. A lot of the events are like between 1 and 4. Thank you, Andrew. So location, so something to think about. A lot of the experts, people who have experienced the eclipse, whether in totality or just a partial one, they say that it's important to think about the kind of experience you want for the eclipse. Do you want quiet, to be out with nature? Maybe in one of our local parks, there are to be out in an open space in a park without a run of people. Do you want some place that is very kid friendly and that has activities for your kids? I'm on Facebook Live because when I tried to do it earlier, the signal didn't work. So photographers putting their equipment away at the end of the day. Okay, I better go get my stuff, otherwise I'll never get home. But so location, yeah, thinking about the kind of environment you want. Do you want some action? Are you kind of thinking, are you sort of the high energy type, or you have people in your family who are, and you're thinking like, okay, 2 hours is a long time to just be staring through filters watching this eclipse, the moon slowly eclipse the sun. You might want to think about Zip the Eclipse. That is in West Bloomfield at the Adventure Center. You can do the zip lining. They have a bunch of fun, really active, adventurous types of things. They also do have these glasses that they're giving out. You do have to buy tickets, and it's like 40-some bucks, so it's not cheap. That's just something to be aware of. A free event is at the Volbrecht Planetarium. Volbrecht Planetarium is in Southfield. So, and that is free. Yes, you're welcome, Lauren. Ashley and Cleo, I gotta tell you, I don't know specifically in Cleo, Michigan. I would check the local library and the local parks and even the city to see if they have an event. Armor, can you see it from Belle Isle? Yeah, I don't know why you would not be able to see it from Belle Isle. As long as you've got a clear view of the sky, you should see it happening. It's going to be, the sun is going to be up high because it's going to be in the afternoon, like around 1 p.m. The welder helmet, yes. So experts are telling me you need at least a number 14. That welder mask or that welder helmet, it needs to be as, dark, like these glasses where you can't see anything except for a really bright light or the sun through it. It needs to really block it out. So welder glasses, number 14, welder mask, number 14 or above is what the experts are telling me. Now, here in Michigan, the southwestern part of Michigan is where you're going to see the most coverage, so close to 90% in Southwest Michigan. If you head over, if you want to get out of town and go to Grand Rapids or Traverse City, you can actually see about 85% of the sun covered. So, and then here in Metro Detroit, we're going to see around 80%, so that's pretty good. Scrolling through here to the comments. Deborah, you did the pinhole. I'm glad that worked for you. And Mary Westland, Linda, you're in Belleville. Yeah, so you should be able to see it all throughout Michigan. Now, the only caveat is if it's really cloudy, it's not supposed to be. The weather's supposed to be nice, so you shouldn't have any trouble viewing the eclipse. It should be just fine. Anywhere in Michigan, you're going to see about 80%. You need those glasses, or you can do a pinhole viewer. The video of my segments that aired today, that's going to be online, and there's a lot of instructions on NASA's website about how to build pinhole viewers, and we've also got some instructions and some segments on our website, wxyz.com, with more information on that as well. It's just important that you never look directly at the sun. That's just super important. Let's see, what other tips? What other questions you guys have? I know I had a bunch of tips, and I did the segment on TV. What were they? Let me see. Alrighty, Belleville. Okay, I gotta clean up my stuff here. So yeah, if you have any more questions, I'm trying to think of what my other tips were, but lots of people wondering where to go. And in Metro Detroit, we have so many options. There's actually a church in Royal Oak that is doing a combination. They're turning it into a fundraiser. So they have viewing and they're doing a fundraiser. And there's certain things like the Volbrecht Planetarium, the Cranbrook Institute, the Michigan Science Center. They all are going to be running the live feed from NASA and from other places that show the total eclipse. So you can step outside and see the partial eclipse here in Michigan, and then go into their movie theater, into their planetarium, and see the full eclipse. So that's really cool, that combination of experiences. And at the Michigan Science Center, if you have really young kids and you don't want them to be bored, but you want them to experience the eclipse, if you have really young kids, I'd suggest taking them to the Michigan Science Center. You do have to pay admission, but I think it's under $20. It's like I feel like I want to say around $13 or something. And there's just so many activities. You have the entire museum at your disposal, so if you've got younger kids, that might be good for them. Plus, they have their astronomers on hand to help walk you through and explain what you're seeing. They're going to have telescopes at the Michigan Science Center, and they are going to be projecting. They have one of their telescopes where they're going to be able to project the image up on a movie screen type of thing, so that way you're going to see this big image of the zoomed in version of the sun being eclipsed by the moon. So that's a pretty neat experience. I'd also say that Volbrecht, if you're really into space and science, and the Volbrecht Center here in Southfield, man, they just have such a variety of ways to view it, a really interesting variety of pinhole viewers. They have binoculars with filters on their binocular. They have, they just have a really big variety of ways that you can view it. It's definitely, I would say, something for somebody who's a science buff, who's into this stuff, because they don't have other activities there. You know, it's all about the eclipse, but it's going to be really informative. You've got very knowledgeable people there with lots and lots of equipment and tools that I think are fascinating, that I think really enjoy. They do have cookies. They're making eclipse cookies and solar lemonade, so you'll have some snacks. Hello, Sherry in Redford. Andrew, you're hoping I'm getting OT. My boss is hoping I'm not getting OT. I was supposed to do this earlier, but where I was live near Cranbrook, the signal was so bad that I wasn't able to continue this. So Dell says, your daughter and son-in-law driving with their kids to Kentucky. Oh, that's going to be amazing. You're so excited. That's incredible. Yeah, hey, you know what? If you have the ability to go see the total eclipse, I definitely advise doing that. It's going to be a rare experience. Although in about a dozen years or so, the eclipse is going to be back, and it's going to be closer to Michigan. The totality will be in Ohio near Cleveland, and you'll get quite a view here. But Monday is going to be a really fun, a really cool event. And tomorrow I'm going to be, of course, we've got the Woodward Dream Cruise. I'm trying to pack up my stuff here, chatting. And this is our live truck. Whew, and my cord. Well, you're so welcome for all the information. Any final questions that you have? Any final questions, let me know. I talked to a bunch of experts, and again, I'll just refer you to our website, wxyz.com. That's definitely the best place to go to find all the information that you need on how to build your own viewer, especially if you don't have the glasses. Odell, their glasses came today from NASA. Yeah, you know, planning ahead is definitely super important. I'm glad that they did that because, alrighty, I don't know if anyone really knew how quickly these glasses would sell out and how hard they would be to find at this stage in the game. So at this point, the only people really that have glasses left are the people who decided to save them for Monday. Jennifer, how long will it last? You know, from beginning to end, from the very beginning to the very end, about from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. about. Now, the height of the eclipse, which will be that 80% of the sun being covered by the moon, is going to happen around 2:30. So it begins around 1, and then the height of it will be at 2:30. And then now, there's Chris Jones walking by. I'm digging for my car keys here. So that's really the big thing. The 2:30, you want to see that. That van probably wants to pull in. Alrighty. Okay, Andrew knows his stuff. Andrew Wooster. I knew a Josh Wooster. I wonder if you're related. Alrighty. Okay. I'm about to get out of here, get out of work here. You saw a big report on how to build a great viewer on the Cleveland News. Yeah, so we have that on our news site as well, and how to build a really good viewer. So I would definitely check out our website, wxyz.com, and you'll be able to get some really good information on how to build viewers if you want to build one. And I've actually heard that, believe it or not, the shadows are really the most fascinating. Okay, and I think I have everything. Alrighty. Okay, time to get out of here. Time to go home. I've got the garage here. So some of you probably know this, a colander, like the spaghetti strainer. If you've got one of those colanders that is a spaghetti strainer, I'm told that that is actually a really cool thing to use, because what it'll do is it'll act as a, it'll sort of reflect, it'll project onto the ground a number of little eclipses, and I've been told that that's a really cool thing to see and watch. Alrighty, I am out in our parking lot, left our garage, leaving the building. Here's some of our work trucks. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We've got the Woodward Dream Cruise starting tomorrow, so I'm live in the AM, 6 a.m. And have any of you guys seen an eclipse, a partial eclipse, before? Let me know, I'm curious. I know it doesn't happen often, and I met today an astronomer who, the last time she saw a partial eclipse, she was 4 years old, and so she's so excited. Even though this is just a partial eclipse, not a full, it's still going to be a really neat experience and opportunity, and something that even if you have to work, it's worth it to step outside, take your lunch break around 2:30. Take your lunch break around 2:30 so you can see the height of our partial eclipse at as close to the 80% as possible. And alrighty, I think I'm forgetting the other tips I was going to share with you, so I'll just direct you to our website, wxyz.com. I am done for the day, and I will be hanging out with you guys tomorrow morning. Armor Bear asking how long will it last. That 80% eclipse will just last a couple of minutes, and then the moon will start shifting and it'll move off of the sun and we'll get our sunlight back. So hey, there's a pretty cool program where they are looking for citizen scientists to report how animals react, because it is rare that an eclipse like this moves over a populated area like the United States of America, and so a lot of people aren't sure how animals react, what they'll do. So you have an opportunity to be a citizen reporter and let them know. There we go. let them know exactly how you notice animals reacting in your area. Are the birds behaving differently? Do the crickets start chirping? So that's a pretty neat thing. You've seen one before, Peggy. What? Where did you see one? I'm curious. And I want to look up this app for you real quick. So, Peggy, where did you see that partial eclipse? That's really neat. And here are my keys. Yay, found them. You have 2 cane coursers armor. Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, are those your dogs? Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Smokey. Alrighty. Oh yeah, where's that app? Hang on. The Citizen. Animals and eclipse. Okay, so the app is called iNaturalist. It's called the iNaturalist app, and they want you to record weird animal behavior during the eclipse, and you can help the scientists find out how nature reacts to the eclipse. So that's pretty cool. It's called the iNaturalist app, and they want you to basically record what you're seeing. The project is called Life Responds, and it's called iNaturalist, iNaturalist. And they want you to record your observations of the animals around you before, that's right, Armor Bear, that's right. So they want you to record your observations before, during, and after the eclipse. Whatever you're seeing, especially with animals, whether you are seeing caterpillars act differently, birds behaving differently, the cows suddenly start running into the barn, or your dog maybe starts howling, who knows. I think my dogs react to everything under the sun, so I'm pretty sure they are going to behave kind of weird. William, I cannot tell you. I've never experienced an eclipse. You'll have to let us know. Peggy Jackson, in Detroit, really? Yeah, in the last 30, it was in the 70s. The last time there was an eclipse here that the Detroit could experience and see, it was in the 70s. Dell, you've got a bird? Fred's outside my garage window. You can film the birds and their reaction. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the husky is going to be inside to protect his eyes. Well, you know, they're saying that dogs and animals, they aren't as fascinated by looking directly up at the sun as us human beings are. So your dog should be okay, but you want to be safer than sorrier. That's for sure. You want to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. Hello. Okay, I'm clearly tired. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a fantastic Friday night. Join me tomorrow morning. I'll be live on Channel 7 at 6 a.m. Featuring, showcasing the Woodward Dream Cruise. I'll also be hanging out on Monday at the different eclipse parties throughout the area. So that's going to be pretty neat to see as well. So I will check back in with you guys tomorrow a.m. The Woodward Dream Cruise will be bouncing around. Hope to see some of you guys out there. I'm driving through Broadcast House, through our lot, and I'm going to hang up before I get out on the road here and talk to you all very, very soon.